been a year since we attended the unveiling of the Canine Memorial in Essex. I can't thank Paul and Trisha and everybody else who was involved enough. It means so much to me as a police dog handler to have somewhere that we can go to remember all the hard-working dogs of the UK. These dogs give us so much of their time, and the amount of criminals and property, drug fines, missing people that they bring back to families is incredible, and it's just amazing that we've got somewhere that we can go and remember them.
Right, a video for the 1 year anniversary of the unveiling of Canine Memorial. We're going to hear a couple of stories from previous dog handlers and a dog handler and some other dog handlers. Some have lost their dogs in service, some haven't. But first, Paul, can you give us your thoughts on how you feel as we come up to this first milestone?
It's all a bit of a blur, really, Trish, because it took so long to get to this stage. And I'm just trying to think back on the day. I mean, the day was such a wonderful day full of so many memories and so many policemen and so many police dogs and so many people that had been involved in the project. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful day. And I feel so proud now about everything that I've achieved, I think.
The Canine Memorial, it's a phenomenal achievement, and it's really, really important because we have to remember, as police officers, that's a career we choose. We know the risks when we join it, and we make that choice to be part of that family and to do that work and to serve our communities. The dogs, all service dogs, don't choose, they're selected. You know, they're selected for their characteristics, they're selected for their boldness, their intelligence, their agility, and we train them and we form that bond as handlers with the dogs, which is it's probably one of the strongest bonds. You know, I can remember it being said, you spend more time with that dog than you do your family. And in all honesty, that is absolutely true. You know, we live and breathe our dogs. And then we go about policing, and those dogs, you know, perform faultlessly, they detain criminals, they find items, they search for us. But I think every handler knows deep down that if you're faced with a man with a firearm or a knife and you send that dog, irrespective of the training, the chances are that dog may not be coming back. For me, that was probably the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life. You know, yeah. I was lying on the floor, shot and badly injured, and you dispatch your dog, you drive your dog in verbally, and then watch your dog being murdered in front of your eyes. So to have the memorial to remember those dogs, it's immensely, immensely important.
Elmo, briefly his story as well.
Yeah, Elmo was a 5-year-old black German Shepherd. He was a general purpose and firearm support dog that just unexpectedly passed away one weekend, totally out of the blue. The Canine Memorial sort of brought those memories back, not that you'd lose them, but shared them with everybody else out there. Mm-hmm. And he sort of became, everybody was talking about Elmo in the end. And that picture that Robert Oxley done, and the auction that helped to raise some money for the Canine Memorial, sort of, it took off a little bit, and he became a little bit famous, really.
Just a couple of small memories there. I remember the Essex Police Band playing, and I think it was Police Dog Comet, I might have that wrong, who was actually soloing along with the band, and then the unveiling and just all the smiles from the people and absolutely everything. I think, but to keep it short, I think with the 1 year anniversary, to see how splendid it actually looks today is quite a fantastic achievement. Well done, Paul and team. I
think my favourite memory of the day is one of the guys was running and they were doing the dog coming out of the car, and the guy, the criminal kicked the car, as the dog came out of the car. I thought that was fun.
Back in 2016, the 8th of November, I unfortunately lost my police dog, PD Ghost. Whilst chasing after them, unfortunately, Ghost was knocked over by a car and subsequently died. The Canine Memorial means a hell of a lot to me in terms of it recognises what our police dogs do and the ultimate sacrifice that some of them do pay, be it our specialist dogs or our GPD dogs. They all pay the ultimate price and they all do a fantastic service, and therefore they need to be recognised for that fantastic service. And the UK Canine Memorial officially recognises all our dogs for the services that they do and for the lives that they give to both our handlers and the general public. The Canine Memorial has also inspired me to recognise the dogs of Merseyside, and as a result I have done fundraising, and in conjunction with our Police and Crime Commissioner we have now just started to get together funding and designs for a local canine memorial for the dogs of Merseyside that have given their lives during and post-service.
I'm just so pleased that the police dogs in the future will never be forgotten, and that's the idea of it, basically, to make sure that in the future the kids will look at that thing and they'll know why it's there, and they'll know the sacrifice that a lot of the dogs are given. And like Ian says, they don't choose their role, but they give their lives up to keep us safe, and I think it's so important to make sure that that's never forgotten.
Dog throughout the UK gives every day 24/7, 365 days of the year.